but I think glue pulling, I may have over pulled it just a little bit too much a couple of times, and I want to show you why. I didn't really realize how stretched it was. I thought it just was a big dent. So it's probably going to cause me some more problems now. If I would have started with a tool, I probably should have shrunk up some of the bottom of how deep this was. And just the method I was using probably was not the best, but I'm probably going to have to almost start over. Welcome to Excel Dent Removal. Today we are taking care of this hood dent on this truck, so keep watching. Today we've got this Dodge Ram truck dent right in the hood here, pretty good size deep dent. What happened was our customer had climbed up on the truck, put his elbow into it here, and put a pretty good sized dent. And I want to show you the extent of it, and I want to also show you the reason why I took the hood off the truck to do the repair. Alright, you can tell the extent of this damage is pretty good size here. Take a look at it in our lights. We've got pretty deep dent, and also from the impact, from pushing down on this, it kind of pushed a lot of stuff out. And if you take a look right here, you can see that little bit of a line sticking up somewhat. That line right there was from this metal. Once you push down, it actually stretches and pulls all around it. So this right here, there is a brace underneath there. So that stretching, pulling the metal, caused this high spot in here. So I'm going to have to knock that down along with the work. So let's take a look underneath the hood here. The reason why we took this off, you can see where the brackets normally attach. Underneath there, I've got a couple of good size access holes, so that helps to get inside there a little bit better. I wouldn't have access to those with the hood propped open. Another reason is I wouldn't be able to fix this without having the hood propped open. So this being able to work from the back gives me some access to some bigger holes right here too. So I've got pretty good access to get inside there and push the dent out. And you can see from this angle now, from the back of the hood, I can work on it while the hood is flat, and gives me much better access underneath and gives me a good line of sight to be able to push on this. And some damage like this, I have to go very, very slowly and move it up just a little bit at a time. So let's get started on it. Alright, so hey, I want to show you what I did here. I started with a little bit of glue pulling I thought would hope to, soften up some of how deep the dent was. Obviously, because if I get behind there with a small tool and I'm pushing on it, I'm going to possibly leave some poke marks. But I think glue pulling, I may have over pulled it just a little bit too much a couple of times, and I want to show you why that may have been an issue here. So take a closer look at this. Right along this edge, I think I knocked down most of that, but there's probably just a little bit of high spot still going there. But if you back up, let me drop this light down a little bit here. And when you look at this, the outside edges of this now are pretty high. And obviously this was a very stretched dent. So I'm probably going to have to try and knock some of this down a little bit, but this is pretty stretched. You can see how movable this thing still is. And if I would have started with a tool, I probably should have shrunk up some of the bottom of how deep this was. I didn't really realize how stretched it was. I thought it just was a big dent. So it's probably going to cause me some more problems now, because when you back off, it was definitely low way out through here. And just the method I was using probably was not the best, but I'm probably going to have to almost start over a little bit here. It's tough to knock this back down because I can't hold it steady. So it's already starting to flop just a little bit. So I'm going to have to get in here and shrink some of this up with the tool the best I can. Go very slowly and hopefully still be able to smooth it out. Alright, check this out. Could you see that in the video? Basically, a lot of this, if I hit this down, it kind of looks like it's all stretched out again, but hitting this edge is where a lot of that strength was holding it. So just see that? See the strength in this body line was holding all of that, and that holds that tension. It's still flopping, still a little bit stretched, but obviously this right here, you can see just tapping that edge a bit brought that back up, and it's still not quite tight enough. I think I need to shrink up the bottom of this a bit, but obviously the strength in the dent is from that edge that holds the metal. See, every time I take some of this, kind of push that edge back in there, look at the strength that it has now. So I'm gonna have to keep working with that a little bit, trying to shrink up the bottom some and working with that edge. And where I showed some of the stuff before, it was definitely stretched out way out here, and you can kind of see some of it now with this up, how stretched out that outside edge is. Okay, so I'm all finished up with the major dent we had in the hood here. Some of the issues like I was showing before, it looked like I had definitely started this wrong, glue pulling, but also some of this edge through here. Now the initial impact was right on this part here, but I didn't take into account how severe it was stretched. It was stretched probably from about here all the way back to about here, just right along this edge. And so that really messed me up as far as trying to get that bottom of that dent out. I had to try and get a tool in here. I did have some issues getting up into the front of this area, and that's why I was using some of the cold glue to pull as much as this I could. I didn't have any good access to push on that, so I had to take some of the pressure off and bring some of that damage up. So you can kind of see in the before video where some of that damage was spread out past that main impact point that was through here. It definitely went forward and back quite a bit, and then also took out that high spot that was here. That, you know, obviously this is way forward, so we know it was stretched to this point because it caught that under brace area and it poked it up. So definitely probably started it wrong, but was able to work with it quite a bit, trying to smooth it out. Had to definitely shrink up the deep part as much as possible. Alright, so if you got any questions about the repair here on this Dodge truck with the dent in the hood, go ahead and ask them in the comments below. I'll see if I can answer them the best I can. Obviously this repair, whether I started it wrong from the beginning or whatnot, definitely took probably about 3 times as long to do as I expected it to. So definitely a lot longer. If you like this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe here for more Paintless Dent Repair videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in that next video.